Hi, it's Erkan here with Jill Tiny.
Hello.
And we just want to say a few words about what happens, what does it take, what happens at a BeCollaboration meeting. I almost jumped onto the next subject there, didn't I? So yeah, I mean, you know, because I guess when people booking in to come to a BeCon meeting, maybe they're thinking it's like a business referral network and, you know, get a stack of cards and you know, because that's probably what people are used to. But BeCon doesn't quite roll that way, does it? It's different. So tell me, you know, if I turned up at a meeting, what could I expect, Jill?
Well, you'd probably see a lot of hugging for a start, which a lot of people go, oh, this is weird. Go with it. People won't come and accost you with a hug, but there will be lots of long lost friends, it feels like, coming back together if they've only met once a month or maybe twice a month. But within the meeting, there are some wonderful presentations. Not from you and me, obviously we do wonderful presentations, but mostly from the collaborators that are standing at the front of the room and sharing something that is coming from their heart. It might be to do with their business, not necessarily. It might be them feeling a bit vulnerable in front of the room, whether they're not used to presenting or whether they're actually sharing something that is of real importance to them, and it can actually make them feel quite vulnerable in that space. But it's a beautiful moment when people are sharing, this is who I am because, and this is how I got to where I am, and this is where I'm going. And they feel that with the BeCollaboration community they have that strength. So lots of wonderful presentations, lots of connections being made, lots of introductions being made. We usually have lovely guests that are just sitting there going, what on earth is going on? We have video cameras going, so we capture all the moments. And we have a lot of acknowledgement of each other, so people will be sharing and saying thank you to this person or thank you to that person for what's happened during the month as well. So you really get a sense of who these people are and what they're about.
Yeah, I mean, one of the metaphors we use is like, you know, if I invited you to a great summer picnic and I said, bring your best dish, what would you bring? What would you share? What would you want people to know about you? What nuances, what understanding, what, you know, genius or insight do you have that, you know, it's uniquely you? And that's what's being shared in front of the room. And like, you know, you can't, you know, when you sit in a room like that and people are sharing life lessons and their specialist skills, there's a lot of generosity on behalf of the people in front of the room. So we're all getting whatever it is we're working on at the time. You'll probably get something that will make a difference to that. That's what my experience is. So if you're working on, I don't know, you know, being more efficient or being more productive or managing your communication skills or creating more time for yourself, when you're in the meeting with a clear commitment to something, there'll be something said that will move that forward. So one of the things that collaborators and members say to us is that it's a space where transformations happen. You know, people have a transformative experience or breakthrough or a light bulb moment. You like that moment you go, I know what, got it. And you know, and that moment, that little insight would change something in your life. I mean, it always does.
And what I love is, and it's happened to me many times, is something that you've heard many times before. It's said in a certain context, and because we are taught how to listen appropriately and really effectively, all of a sudden it goes, oh,
yes,
oh right, and you get it, and all of a sudden the transformation has occurred, and you can't unhear it.
And it's interesting because it's not like someone's doing it to you. It's not like being in a seminar.
No.
Or a classroom or a program,
or a cult.
Or a cult. It's more like it's a sharing space, and people are listening with a certain mindset to take value from it. You know,
grown-up conversation.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting space. And the other thing that people have is they have a journal in the meeting. So Jill and her team put this journal together, and in the journal people will record the insights and the contribution that others have made, and also, you know, insight's not that much use unless you're going to take some new action. So what you're going to do, by when, who you're going to be accountable to, so you actually move things forward in your business and life, and you know, and what's important to you.
Massive accountability. So that's what happens at meetings, but you know what, we can talk to you for hours about what happens at meetings. You really have to come and experience it for yourself. People say there's like a little magic somewhere that's going on. They can't describe it, they can't put it into words. You really have to be there to find out what it's all about. And we welcome you to come and just be nosy. Come and see what it's all about.
See you soon.
Bye.